a minute. Oh no, Tim did it maybe. We're YouTube. All right, we're gonna start. Tim, if you don't mind just checking the live stream, making sure we're good on StreamSpot, that would be great. We're starting. Here we go.
Welcome in Shabbat with words of Shalom Aleichem as we welcome in the Shabbat messengers of peace this week. You can find the words on page 24.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Asharet, Malachi Shalom, Malachi Shalom, Malachi Melech Malachi Malachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom, Malachi Shalom, Malachi
Shabbat Shalom. We wish you a peaceful, joyful, restful Shabbat from our home to yours. We're glad that you are joining us this evening from the safety of your home. And if you missed it earlier, if you're on Zoom, we'll invite you to stay muted. Unfortunately, we can't sing together, but we know you're singing with us. And if you're watching through our live stream, no need to mute. You can be as loud as you want at home. We're just blessed to be able to stay connected in this way, to bring in another Shabbat, our first Shabbat in February. And true to New England, we've got lots of snow out there. So hope you are warm and your home is ready to bring in Shabbat. We'll invite you to, if you're here with us through Zoom, you can wave to our community, can always share in your chat any Shabbat wishes. We'll have time to greet each other at the end of our service. We're going to continue.
Going to continue preparing for Shabbat. Last week, we sang the full text of the medieval poem Yedid Nefesh, which we often sing just a bit of, but we decided, since we have the Hebrew and the transliteration, to sing the whole text. And as Rabbi Karen pointed out last week, each paragraph, each stanza begins with a Hebrew letter that makes up the word, the letters Yud He Vav He Adonai, and we take that sense of all being into our hearts. It is a lot of Hebrew, but again, the transliteration is here. The melody is repetitive, it's meditative, so hopefully we'll let that escort us, beckon us, sweep us into Shabbat. So we invite you to join us in this kavanah, in this intention, as we call out to God, beloved of our souls. We're on page 332.
hopefully by the fourth paragraph, the melody is familiar. I'm just going to share the English of the second paragraph of that song that will lead us into our candle lighting for Shabbat. These words of poetry speak to the beauty of light. World's light, shining glory, my heart is faint for love of you. Heal it, O God, help my heart, show me your radiant splendor. Let me return to strength and have joy forever. Pages 2 and 3, we invite you to light Shabbat candles in your home and will join for the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat Shalom. A little more light on a dark night. We'll join in welcoming the Shabbat bride on page 20 with Lecha Dodi, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And if you're comfortable on that last verse, we'll rise to greet Shabbat.
Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad ishmianu v'hameyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shemo tiferet v'litila echad odi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat B'nei Shabbat Mekabela Likrat Shabbat Lechu Benecha Ki Mekor HaBeracha Berosh Mikedem Nesu Chasof Maaseh B'machshava Tchila Lecha Dodi Likrat kala B'nei Shabbat Mekabela Hitoreri Kivaorei Umiori Uri Shitaperi
continue on page 28 with our call to prayer.
Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
I invite you to join with us in the English, our blessing for creation on page 31. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'arif aravim. Page 32. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. We invite you to join with us in the words of Ve'ahavta. Nice to see a few recent B'nai Mitzvah with us, so hope you'll chant it loud in your home. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, u'vlechtecha v'derech, u'shokbecha u'vkumecha, u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'einecha, Uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem. The words of Yehuda Amichai, page 123. And what is my lifespan? I'm like a man gone out of Egypt. The Red Sea parts, I cross on dry land, 2 walls of water on my right and on my left. Pharaoh's army and his horsemen behind me. Before me the desert, perhaps the promised land too. That is my lifespan. We join in the Song of the Sea, the Song of Wonder, on page 40. Contemporary rendition of a more traditional melody, the Song of the Sea. We Page 42, we'll continue with Hashkivenu, our prayer for a peaceful evening ahead. May God's Sukkot Shalom, God's shelter of peace be spread over all of us, connecting all of us between our homes and all the way to Jerusalem. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom Hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim. Ushmor Tzedekenu Uroenu Lechaim Ushalom Me'ata ve'Adonai. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim. Hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim.
We'll continue on page 44. Someone recently pointed out that our dog Iggy has gotten better about looking right at the camera. So here he is. Reminder from this week's Torah portion as we are in Exodus and just having celebrated freedom. Reminder for Shabbat that all human beings are entitled to rest. And we'll sing these words from Torah.
It's number 4. Number 4 this week, Commandment 4. So we get ready to read the 10 Commandments. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat, la'asot et haShabbat le'notam be'rit olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat, la'asot et haShabbat le'notam be'rit olam. May you b'nei Israel oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. Veshamru b'nei Israel et haShabbat, את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. It's comfortable for you. We invite you to rise with us for our tefillah, our central prayer of the service, and we'll begin with our blessing of praise for our ancestors and praise of God before recognizing again the blessing of the Shabbat day. Page 46. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. El Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imaot, U'Mevii Geula Livnei Bneihem, L'man Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Ata gibor le'olam Adonai, mechayeh hakol ata rav le'oshia, mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, mechakel chayim bechesed, mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim v'rofeh cholim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato lishenei afar, michamocha val gevurot, umido melach, melech memit umechayeh, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman ata lachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim b'chol yom yehallelujah selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Please take a few moments for your own silent prayer.
Participants.
Too many participants.
22.
as we come out of our moments of personal prayer, can find the 121st Psalm, Sinai, on page 339. This is Shabbat Yitro, when our people stood at Mount Sinai, encountering God, and still today we turn our eyes towards the mountains and seek help. Help from above, help from within. Where will my help come from? Where will my help come from? My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth. My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth. Yes,
we turn our thoughts to loved ones in need of healing at this time. You can find Misha Berach on page 253. We take this moment to pray for health of body, health of spirit, and we especially think of these members of our temple community: Colin Monroe, Jerry Seligman, Mary Lou Hole, Janet Watson, Elizabeth Hill, Kelso Silva, Enrico Mascaro, Dick Feivelman, Amy Seith, Robert Bloom, Annalise Stone, Bernard Tarr, Benjamin Horowitz, Bradley Dichter, Matteo Goldman, Judy Cook, Fruma Batarav, Jacob Visonia, Jacob M., Dan Ruggiero, Harvey Grassfield, Toby Weiner, Svetlana Rabinovich, Yael Bat Chana Avraham, Devora Bat Ruth Tzvi Dove, Pat Palmer. We invite you to enter any other names into the chat, or to name any other loved ones in your hearts, and we'll join together. Before refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
It's the beginning of a new month, so we take this time to note the blessings of birthdays that fall within that month, including Rabbi Karen. And Rabbi Karen likes to remind me that having grown up in the Northeast and celebrating a birthday in February, there were in fact many birthdays that were canceled. And
So we're all a
snowed
lot
out.
younger than you think.
That's right. Rabbi Karen's only 32 this year, if you count the cancellations. But our blessing, as we think about a year that's felt a little bit canceled, especially when we think back a year for those who had late February birthdays and things started to shut down, and we find ourselves a year later in a similar place, that a year from now, after, God willing, a year of blessing and health and goodness and light, that you'll be celebrating that next birthday together in the presence of many family and friends in a world that's a little more open. So we count the blessings that we have now, and we give thanks for you and your life, all of those who mark the anniversary of your birth in this month of February, and we offer a Shechianu, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, soul of the universe, who has kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this day.
Amen. And, Temple member Mark Beal, if you're watching, he's my birthday buddy, as we share the same birthday. Just a reminder to all of you, we do like to give special birthday blessings if it's an especially significant year, anniversary blessings. Of course, we were doing this much more when we were in person, but we have done this a few times remote as well. You would just need to be on the Zoom screen. So if you have an extra special occasion coming up, please let us know. We would love to extend a special blessing to you. You too, Iggy.
Okay.
Iggy, it's time to learn some Torah. Come here. Good. Sit. Shabbat Shalom. I hate it whenever I have to fill out those questionnaires that ask me to list my race. So as a Jew of Ashkenazi descent, I am clearly fair-skinned, thus Caucasian, white. At the same time, I don't believe that this really captures who I am or how I see myself, especially here in America, where the dominant white culture is Christian. This Shabbat gives us an opportunity to consider who we are as Jews and what it means to be Jewish. First, the Torah portion this Shabbat is Yitro, the moment we stand at Mount Sinai and become a people through the covenant of Torah. Second, with the beginning of February, we start Black History Month. During these weeks in which we highlight the African American experience in the United States, we recognize the diversity within the American Jewish community, which includes African American Jews. In our Torah portion, Yitro, our people stands at the foot of Mount Sinai, where they will receive Torah. God instructs Moses to offer the following rationale for entering the covenant and assuming their identity as the people of Israel. You have seen what I did to the Egyptians, declares the Eternal, how I bore you on eagle's wings and brought you to me. Now then, if you will obey me faithfully and keep my covenant, you shall be my treasured possession among all the peoples. Indeed, all the earth is mine, but you shall be to me a kingdom of priests, and a holy nation. The Hebrew phrase treasured people, am segula, fascinates me. Biblical scholars trace it to the ancient Ugaritic texts in which the root means a king's special treasure. But the root word segula also forms the basis of the word sagol, meaning purple. Perhaps we can put forth a different translation of the Torah text, that if we enter the covenant, we will become God's purple people. I prefer this translation as it speaks to a truth about being a Jew we so often forget. Our Jewishness is rooted in a sense of common peoplehood among those who choose to accept the covenant. We are not solely a religion. We are not a group based on bloodline or racial lineage, whatever that means. We are a people bound together by a commitment to the ideals of Torah. We have ties to a shared land, Israel, a shared language, Hebrew, and a covenant of history and destiny. We are purple because the Jewish people comprise a rainbow of colors, a diversity of subcultures, and a reminder that we are unique because we count such a spectrum among our brothers and sisters. Walk down Dizengoff Boulevard in Tel Aviv, and the vibrant hues of our purpleness becomes apparent. During Black History Month, as we focus on the African-American experience, we also acknowledge the Black members of our people. As we consider Black Jewish identity, especially for the vast majority of American Jews who are Ashkenazi, of European descent, we must hold a mirror up to ourselves. Yolanda Savage Narva, an African-American Jew and the Union for Reform Judaism's Director of Racial Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion, calls on our community to do three things. First, simply to acknowledge that we have work to do, both as a Jewish community and as individuals, to dismantle racism. We have to acknowledge that racism exists within a system so deeply ingrained in American life that it will take proactive societal remedies to uproot it and realize racial justice. As Jews, we should be at the vanguard of this work. Second, Yolanda Savage Narva reminds us that in order to fight racism in American society, we must first start within the Jewish community. We have to recognize and embrace Jews of color within the American Jewish community as central to our collective experience. We can listen to their voices and their perspectives. We can also be aware of the microaggressions that we might unintentionally perpetrate. A microaggression is defined by psychology professor Daryl Wing Su as the, quote, constant and continuing reality of slights, insults, invalidations, indignities visited upon marginalized groups by well-intentioned, moral and decent family members, friends, neighbors, co-workers, students, teachers, clerks, servers, healthcare professionals that make a person feel unwelcome or alienated in a place they belong. Many Jews can identify with experiencing microaggressions, particularly, for example, at the Christmas season, in the supermarket or in the school, when the assumption is that everybody is celebrating Christmas. It negates distinction and is a reminder that in the American context, somehow our identity is seen as not normative. African-American Jews feel this when they enter Jewish spaces, like the synagogue, and get a double take glance, are peppered with questions about when they converted, because of course a Black person somehow could not be born a Jew, or hear comments about not looking Jewish. When we embrace the blessing of the diversity in the Jewish community, we can in turn embrace diversity and justice in society. Finally, Yolanda speaks about mirrors and windows. We can hold up a mirror to ourselves to consider what needs fixing in order to look out our window to do tikkun olam, repair and healing. For us Ashkenazi Jews, this means admitting how much we have consciously or unconsciously taken advantage of our light skin to freely advance in the unspoken caste system of America that privileges whiteness. We have used this whiteness to assimilate, minimizing the reality that we are a minority and blunting the sensitivities that come with an embrace of our ethnicity. Perhaps we have forgotten here in the Golden Medina that we were once strangers in the land of Egypt. Maybe the response to looking in the mirror is to shed our identification as white Anglo-Saxon Protestant adjacent and to embrace our Jewish ethnic identity as a people. From our very inception, the people of Israel have never been homogeneous. Torah reminds us that Zipporah, Moses' wife, was African. A mixed multitude went out from Egypt and stood at Mount Sinai. We became a part of the Jewish people only when we embraced the covenant. And in each generation, we become part of the Jewish people over and over when we affirm the covenant as our own. The Jewish past is our past, and the Jewish future as our destiny. It is the character of commitment, not the color of our skin, that defines us as Jews. Next time that form asks me for my race, I will check the box other and write in next to it, purple. As a Jew, I'm a proud member of the purple people. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And as you know, purple is my favorite color. Can continue to celebrate Shabbat and continue to go in depth into our Torah portion with further study tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with our lay-led Shabbat minyan. And next Shabbat, we can look forward to Sisterhood leading us in prayer. Next Friday night is Sisterhood Shabbat at 6:30, a service that will be filled with creative readings. Batya Illinois, our rabbinic intern, will be leading the music and a lot of participation. So all are welcome next Friday night. And I will just mention the following Friday night, you'll be delighted to join with our Rabbi Emeritus Hang Zub and Cantor Emerita Louise Treitman. They will be leading services 2 Shabbats from now.
I think just Aleinu, right?
I think so.
All right.
All right, page 282. And if you're able, we rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, l'tikru l'aliyoseh breshit, shelo asanu kigoyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, Lifnei Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu V'ne'emar V'haya Adonai L'melech Al Kol Ha'aretz Bayom Hahu Yeh Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad. We think now of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own.
We are especially remembering loved ones who have passed away in recent weeks. We remember Lucille Cutler, grandmother of Leah Graff, Ernest Greenberg, father of Paul Greenberg, father-in-law of Renee Goldberg, and grandfather of Jake and Simone, Donald Bobley, father of Suzanne Greenwald, father-in-law of Jeff Greenwald, grandfather of Alec and Gabe. And we remember these loved ones whose yahrzeit occur on this Shabbat: Phyllis Ackerman, Gertrude Alexander, Theodore Aronson, Herbert Brun, Sarah Rose Cohen, Barbara G. Rubin, Sonny Russell, Bertha Sharanow, Albert Sherman, David Vogel, Leonard Majer. If there are other names that you are thinking of at this time, you can share them in the chat or think of them in your hearts as we turn to page 294 for Mourner's Kaddish. Yid Gadal v'Yid Kadash Shemei Rabbah Ve'amad Yivrach Hirutei V'yamlich Malchutei V'chayechon Uvyomechon U'chaye D'chol Beit Yisrael V'galav V'zman Kariv V'imru Amen Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Ulamei Almaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yitale V'yithalal Shmei D'Kudsha B'richu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushvachata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'imru amen Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen Zichronam livracha. May their memories be for a blessing. Amen. Just one public service announcement before we conclude. Iggy, come here. Okay, so you all know Iggy. So request a need from someone in our community. If anyone is interested, not for our dog, but a much smaller, even cuter dog, family looking for some assistance each day walking their 6-month-old golden doodle. Really cute dog. We've met her. So anyway, if anyone is interested, the family lives in Westwood. Just a little help walking the dog each day, or playing with the dog in the backyard. So anyway, if you're interested, it can even be a teenager. They live near the temple. Please send me an email, and I will connect you. So for the next couple weeks, a little assistance walking the dog.
It would count as a little
Little
bikur
mitzvah,
cholim. It
little
would be a
mitzvah.
mitzvah for some getting over some surgery. So it would help.
All right, we're going to conclude with those last words. Words of shalom, of peace, and then we'll invite you to get your Kiddush cup and some challah, and we'll join in our Shabbat blessings.
Oseh shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom
Shabbat Shalom. We'll be on page 5 for the blessing of Kiddush and Motzi.
Guys, come on. Boys. Itai and Yona, come join us. Come on.
AG's ready. We'll raise our glasses. Please join us. And for Motzi, you're invited to unmute. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam.
Asher
Kiddush
mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. V'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu. Zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit. Ki hu yom techila l'mikra'ei kodesh. Zecher l'yetziat Mitzrayim. Ki banu v'acharta ve'otanu kiddashta. Mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. L'chaim.
Chaim.
Sorry, we meant for Motzi to unmute, not Kiddush. That's a long prayer. So
But please
Now-
join us. Please join
now
us.
everyone unmute, and we're on gallery so that everyone can see each other, and we will do Zoom harmony for Motzi.
Baruch atah
Adonai
Eloheinu melech
Baruch
Motzi
Shalom, everyone. You're welcome to send a Shabbat greeting into the chat or unmute. We were asked to remind everyone that we are still live streaming, so just make sure you know if you're commenting, it's not just for one person, everyone hears, but please do feel free to extend some Shabbat greetings. It's wonderful to be able to celebrate with all of you.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I'll leave.
Hazel and Jordan.
All right, Shabbat. Bridget. So good to see everyone's faces.
I know.
Harriet, nice to see you.
Oh, hi.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Good to see you too.
Joan, I thought of you and David a few days ago. I was listening to the radio, and they were interviewing someone who works for the EPA who said that life is a lot happier now.
Yeah.
Shabbat shalom.
Thanks for hanging in at the EPA.
Shabbat shalom. Good to see you too.
Shabbat shalom, Tim. Thank you. Yeah.
Good Shabbos.
Ah.
Life is a lot happier.
Jonah, thank you.
That
for
is true.
Giving me
That
the
is
night
true.
off. We are barred by the Hatch Act for commenting.
We're not, are we? We're not. So we thank.
Let's bring you into the kitchen.
Hi, Mel.
It's your turn.
How you doing? Shabbat shalom. Who's going to win the Super? Mel, you think Brady's going to do it?
Brady's gonna do it. It's that seventh Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's his thing, you know. I don't know. I think Kansas City's pretty tough.
He's gonna teach that kid a lesson.
Yeah. Pretty amazing if he does.
Was he the youngest last year, Mahomes?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
But he was very grateful in his Super Bowl comments about Brady, of course.
Of course.
That's the new Brady,
Yeah, every quarterback wants to be Tom Brady.
right?
He's pretty amazing.
Yes. 10 Super Bowls.
Although the defense has actually won the last couple of games for Tampa, not Brady. They've really been pretty solid. But
Like you could say that about several of the Patriots teams that he won Super Bowls with too. That he
the
didn't
last
have,
couple,
that he didn't have a great offense
right?
in front of him, but he made it work enough.
I'll bet
Yeah.
Gronk. They'll use Gronk. I'll bet Gronk will make some be a real factor. Although I think he's doing a lot of blocking. That he's protecting him. So
Well, he's really good at everything.
Good at blocking.
yeah. Well, we'll see. I can't. I can't. I have to admit, I'm rooting for Brady. I've watched
Me too.
every game. I mean, it's a pleasure to watch him. He's such a professional.
Well, the Tampa Bay Bucks are the Cinderella team of this year, football. No question.
Yes.
Yeah, they had pretty much the same team last year. What was their record? It wasn't a winning record.
Well, they didn't have Tom Brady. The
I
GOAT.
know. I think if the Patriots had Brady this year, they probably would have made the playoffs, even though they weren't very good. They were 7-9.
Yep.
So they needed 3 games,
Yep.
And
I thought Cam Newton was a real. I mean, he tried hard. He was a good guy and all that, but I think he's down the down spiral there. His passing he just didn't seem to be able to throw the ball. His motion was off. I think that his shoulder must be
Is Brady 40 or 41?
43.
43. Going on 23.
And another interesting juxtaposition is going to be Travis Kelce and Gronkowski. That's going to be a nice matchup.
Who Mel?
Gronkowski and Kelce.
Yeah, they're both.
Oh yeah.
terrific tight ends, yeah.
Kelsey's very good. Kelsey's
287
very,
on the field.
Kelsey's very good.
Yep.
Well, we'll see.
Are there any Jews in the game?
I'm sure there are.
I don't.
Oh yeah, there was a Schwartz. Isn't there the Kansas City has a lineman named Schwartz? I think.
Okay.
I think he did. I think they do. He's got I think there's a guy named Schwartz as an offensive guard or something for and he. Yeah, but there aren't many. I don't think there have been many.
Well, they're here and there. Anyway,
Yeah.
you guys take care. Well, good luck.
All right.
You guys are enjoying your meal.
Good night,
I got our
everybody.
takeout from Vico's.
Shabbat shalom.
That's a little-
Shalom,
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
Go Pats, I love it.